Hello, hello, and welcome to Dip in Time. My name is Rhonda, and I'm really glad to be here today. So, the last time we talked was 2 weeks ago. I wasn't here last week because I was trying to go to another retreat. I was not going to let the first one stop me. And today I was going to go live. My son has a baseball game, just kind of popped up at the last minute, and I'd like to go. So, I'm going to go. And I'm going to share with you what it's been like the last couple of weeks. So, one of the things you may notice right away is Rhonda got a haircut. Yeah. Um, it's a little short, but that's okay. A lot of things have been happening this last little while. I got back from the Texas retreat. And then a month later, I was going to the Ohio retreat. So I went to the Crafters Paradise Retreat, had a blast regardless of all the ups and downs and uncertainties, and made some wonderful friends. The Ohio trip is the Great Lakes Escape. Now, I went there last year, and that's actually what got me kind of going into retreats. And I thought, I really enjoyed it. I want to try it again. And maybe this one will be a little better off to start with. It was. I learned so much from my trip to Texas about what I really needed and what needed to come with me. So I prepared for it. And it was a success. 3/4 of my baggage, or my luggage, not baggage, my luggage, I actually left. And thank goodness I did because it was filled when I came home. So, how are you guys? Please let me know. Put a comment in the chat. Let me know how your weeks have been going. We have been having rain, hot. When I got back from Texas, our city had a main water feeder pipe burst. So, the month of June, we've been on water restrictions. Never fails. When it starts to rain, it pours. So, we've learned to cut back on all water, no watering outside, limited watering inside, and we managed. Now, it is July 5th. It is our Friday, the first Friday in July, which would be our Calgary Stampede Parade. Our Calgary Stampede is like a little fair. Has cowboys, it has bronco riding, it has music acts, grandstand shows, there are Ferris wheels, there are rides, there are games. It is our little celebration for the weekend. So we weren't sure what was going to happen if we didn't have water. Well, the water main itself has been fixed. We're still on some restrictions. We can use water indoors, not outdoors. So will be very interesting. Hopefully, we'll get it fixed and we'll be able to use all the water outside as well for plants. It's also going to be like 30 degrees Celsius for us, so that's going to be really warm. Lately, we've been up to 24 Celsius. That may not sound like much for those that are in Fahrenheit, but when you do the conversion, that is like high 80s, 30 is getting up to the 90s, and it's warm, especially for us. We have a hot, dry. We don't have a hot, moist when we get our heat. So it's a little, and if we're on water restrictions for the outdoors, that is a challenge for the animals, for the wildlife, for the plants. And then if we have a little fair going on the weekend, it's going to be really hot for people down at the Stampede grounds. Will do good for refreshments and stuff like that because they'll have sales. but it's all on concrete, so it'll be warm. Am I going stampeding? Not this year. No. It will be very crowded. They had sneak peek last night, so you could get in for half price. After the stampede finished at around noon today, the fairgrounds opens up, and it's going to be jammed packed with tourists, natives. When I say natives, I'm referring to the individuals that live native in Calgary. So our Calgarians will be going, our visitors will be going. They make quite fun times then. So no, I'm not going. My kids are now grown up, so we don't go down as often, and that's okay. Eric and my husband will be traveling to Edmonton tomorrow morning for a baseball tournament this weekend, so they won't be here anyways. So that means it'll be Dipper and me time. Dipper is quite happy that I'm home. I was gone for like 5 days this time. So my flight left Wednesday morning. So a week ago Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I arrived in Detroit at 10:30ish on Wednesday. And then I got to meet up with Kim from Kimba's Crafts. Oh my goodness. I came down that escalator and I'm like, that is her. I knew who she was. So if you haven't seen Kimba's Crafts YouTube, please go check her out. And then once I met up with Kim, we went to go find Debbie. So I was ecstatic. This was my second time going to see Debbie. I'm just checking something on my phone. Thank you. Life happens. So Kim and I went to meet Debbie, the Crafty Diamond. She has a YouTube channel too, so go check her out. And then we went and rented a car and we drove another 2 hours, I think it was, up to the retreat. And the weather was fine. It did rain a little bit once we got going. Near the end, we had to stop and get coffee because we were all like, I need something. And we just had a blast. Like, what you see on their channels for Kim and Debbie is them in life. They are a hoot. And I didn't you don't really get to see the height of someone when they're sitting behind a camera. So Debbie is a sweetheart. She is tiny like me, and Kim is taller than me. So to give you some perspective, I'm about, on a good day, 5'3", 5'4". Gotta love that gravity kind of shrinking on me now. But what wonderful, wonderful people. We laughed, we chatted all the way there. And then we just got to relax. And we were able to get a table together. Dawn, DP Gal, who also, you will see her in chats and so forth. She's a Canadian. Go check her out. She sat with us. This was a room of 65 tables. And we all just sat at different tables. And we got up and we chatted. And I think because I was able to go to the retreat last year, and because I went to the Texas retreat, and so many things went wrong when I started, that my guard wasn't up. I was at capacity. And some of the individuals that went to the Texas retreat also were at the Ohio retreat. And I was like, I get to see you again in a month? Oh my God, what? You have to understand. Yes, I have friends here in my city, and I have friends online. My diamond painting friends are like another family for me. They get to see me, they get to chat with me. I have a screen so I can hide behind it and do some silly things and then go, or, oh my God, did I actually type that? Delete, which you can't kind of do in real life. So, anyways, in Texas, my authentic true self came out. All my silliness, all my quirkiness, oh my God. I am very animated. No idea I was that animated. Anyways, well, when people start to get to know you and see you and accept you for all your quirkiness, all your silliness, it feels weird, especially when you haven't had that. There goes a plane. Not mine. Um, but it was, and it is refreshing. I don't need to worry about my guard. I don't need to worry about, okay, who's here? How are they interacting? What am I going to say? How am I going to phrase it? It was, I'm here. So let me tell you, in the Ohio retreat, we have a secret Santa similar to the secret siren in Texas. The person who got me, who got my name, got me down to a T. Oh my goodness. I don't remember what I put on my sheet, but I think it was something like, I like fun, silly things. And that's exactly what they got me. I got little bottles of A&W root beer and like the little ones. And it was like hourglass shape. We don't get the hourglass shape. We just get like the regular bottles, but tiny versions. I loved it. I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. Ah! And they're all like, Rhonda, it's a little bottle. I'm like, no, it's the shape of the bottle. Like, that is so cute. We don't get these ones. If you do, it's like a limited edition and they stock only a small amount. I got Toffee Fay. I love Toffee Fay. Didn't realize in the States, Toffee Fay actually ends with an F-A-Y. In Canada, it's F-E-E. But it's still the yummy stuff. Okay, so what else did I get? Well, I wore these all morning. Got fairy wings. Yes, I loved the fairy wings. And I did. I had them on my back and I wore them. This person also got me a little guitar. Love it. Um, I got a harmonica. I got a glow stick. I had a hand clapper. Oh my God. And then I got a whoopee cushion. So, of course, we had to test out the whoopee cushion. And boy, did it work. We got, I think, like 4 or 5 people with the whoopee cushion. Um, and they were trying to get me with it as well. And it was late at night. And of course, I looked around to see who was there. And I went, okay, I'm doing it. And it was the best. It was fun. Then I got uh, pencils. I got pencils. And they all have different sayings on them. It says, adulting is hard. Being an adult is mostly like Googling symptoms. My age is very inappropriate for my behavior. Too old for Snapchat, too young for life alert. I don't mind getting older, but my body is taking it badly. Remember that age gets better with wine. Another fine day ruined by responsibility. So true. You know you're old when happy hour is announced. Then I got pens. Oh my gosh. I love these. Very reluctant adult. Growing up was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Lover of canceled plans. I need an adulter adult. So much for knowing everything when I'm older. So true. So true. So I'm like, okay, let's whoever has me, these are great. I love these, right? Because they're silly, they're wacky, um, they're just fun. So that wasn't all. I got a couple of other things too. This one here is a deck of playing cards. And it's 52 farts. Yes, you heard me correctly. A deck of cards that also defines every type of gas ever passed. And it does. Like they show you, it goes the megaphone, butt trumpet, crop duster. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Master your poker phase and your flagellants. Like, that was perfect. Oh, and of course, I had to share it with everybody. Not the sound. I had to share what I got. Then we did bingo one night, and the next day I had a gift on my table, and it says, "By now you have probably figured out who I am. This is a surprise gift as an extra. Come see me, or I will see you later." And I had it down to two individuals. The first one, I was wrong. This is what I got as my last gift. It is hilarious. It is a 500-piece puzzle called Selfies with all these animals making funny selfies. So I had to do it yesterday, and I did. Because you can't just get a puzzle and not do it. And, you know, it's really interesting when people get to know you and you receive things that make you absolutely laugh or love and like, really? Secret Santa? Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this. Belly laugh. Oh my gosh. And I was so happy to share it with everybody. Um, okay, so what else happened? Well, we all know that when we travel, weight is a consideration, especially if you're flying. And I wanted to take 3 paintings with me to try and get suggestions from people about how to enhance these kits. Because last time I was only able to take 1 painting with me. But I also knew that the drills is where the weight occurs. So what I decided to do is I'm like, I want to take these 3, and I know looking at the drills is required when you're trying to match up replacements or enhancements. How am I going to do this? I'm like, well, I'll just take little baggies and put little baggies in them, and I'm like, that's still going to be weight. And that means I now need to label 2 sets of bags to remember which drill is which one and which canvas it goes with. And I was sitting there Monday night, and I'm like, I have my 3-in-1 glue. And the only reason why I was thinking about that is because I was making cover minders to take with me. This is what I ended up doing. Is I took a picture and I photocopied the legend sheet. Then I actually glued with my 3-in-1 a drill of each on the sheet. Now, one did fall off. I still have it. What they all lasted. They lasted the trip. And those are all the drills. I kind of like this idea. So I still had the drills. We could still match them up with replacement ones to see which one would fit better. We could see the enhancement drills that came with the kit and where we might want to enhance the kits. So, as you may or may not remember or know, if this is your first video, this is the painting I am starting in August for the Great Escape 2024. That is through Crafting and Crime Daily and Mickey Sunshine. And I wanted to enhance this work. So I took this with canvas, because the canvases are light without the drills, and I laid this one, and this one out on my table. That was my whole plan for the whole weekend, because I knew there was going to be stuff there to do. I had also purchased some stuff that would come to the retreat. So if I wanted to, I could work on those. My plan was I was going to be really strategic about this one, is I took these three and then laid them on my table. That way, I could get people to, as they're walking by, stop, look at them, and go, ooh. And I could say, I'm looking for suggestions on how to enhance these. What would you do? And I got people to actually stop and look at them and give different suggestions. And some, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought that. That was not interesting. And I would get a couple of people that would say, well, I would do this in this section, not that. Or, well, I would use this in that section. So it got conversation going, which was my whole plan. I wanted some suggestions on it because I haven't blinged anything up really by myself. Last retreat, I had Cheryl G-Ma help me. But now I'm like, ooh, I'm catching the enhancement bug. I want to do it. Where do I start? Oh no, where do I start? And I also knew that there were going to be a number of individuals at the Ohio retreat that bling, that enhance. And I'm like, I would love to know what they would do. Where do they get their ideas? How would they figure out what goes where? So Rochelle from Bling It Up, Kim from Kim's Crafts, Sue Bell, Cheryl G-Ma, T-Ma from DP with Sparklers. Oh my God, who else was there? There were so many people. And other individuals that were listening to the conversation that kind of came over. And at one point, we had like 4 people around the table looking and having a discussion about this, which was awesome. Awesome. Now, I need to make sure I have everything written down that I want so I can place an order. Now, where did I do with them? And as I was doing this, Sue Bell came back. It's in here. Because there was vendors. T-Ma was there. Now, I don't have the ones exactly. Ooh, I keep my microphone right. I laugh. But for the elephant, there are pieces on the headdress, and they're very distinct. Sue Bell suggested to do shells and charms. And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. And she's like, that's what I would do. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, she'd come back from the vendors and she's like, okay, Rhonda, I bought some. Let's take a look at which ones you like and you can have them. I'm like, what? No, you don't need to give me anything. She's like, no, I want to. I'm like, really? cute. So all the crystals, I think it's 5 or 6 of them on here. Yeah, 6 of them are all different colors, and it will go charm, shell, charm, shell, charm. Sue gave them to me to put on the canvas. So huge shout out to Sue Bell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was just like, this is so cool. So that's kind of what my plan was, to go to the retreat and have these ones come with me. Now, surprisingly, I didn't think many people would like this one. I really didn't. Okay. This is my style. And yes, I know people like this one. Bling It Up Rochelle and a number of them, Debbie, the Crafty Diamond, are all looking at getting this one. Oh, Rebecca, Crafting and Crime, Jennifer Roberts, they all came over. Tia all came over to give suggestions on these as well. This one is my style. Okay. This one's usually not my style, but I got this because I was like, this would be a perfect one to bling up. And I want to try doing it. So I got this one, but I didn't think people would like this one. I was really surprised the number of people that stopped by and went, oh, that's cool. And I think it's cool because of the way the light hits and how the light comes out from underneath. And then there's like all these little tiny jellyfishes behind them. Okay. Everyone loved this one. So that was my plan. So I took them, I glued the drills on them, paper clipped them, and then I put them in an envelope. And that's how I transported them. And it was like one of the best ideas I ever came up with without realizing I came up with it. Other people saw it and they're like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm like, if you like it, use it. Okay, so I'm reaching for stuff. So I had mentioned earlier that I was making cover minders. I don't make cover minders, but I thought these would be cute as cover minders. So did you know how there is this brand with ducks, little rubber ducky ducks that you put places and people find them and they enjoy them? Well, I found ducks too. These ones glow in the dark. And I was going to take them with me and then just kind of hide them. And another member, Carrie, she had some too. She's like, oh, I've got lots of those that I use for like my grandkids and stuff like that. We'd put them on like gifts and stuff. I'll bring mine. So we used hers as hiding them and ducking people. So you've been ducked. And people have a great time with it. What I did was made little cover minders out of mine. So these are the glow in the dark ones. So I got magnets, and then I needed something to put magnets on. And originally I just made circles. And I sat there and I cut out all these circles by hand because I don't have a circuit. And in the older days, we did everything by hand. X-Acto knife, scissors. And then just as I was about finished, I was like, those would be perfect if that was a diamond, because we are diamond painting. So you're going to be diamond ducking. So they are sitting on a little diamond. And on the last day, on Saturday, I went around and I gave everybody a glow in the dark duck. And they all come in different colors. There was aqua, and there was green, there was clear, there was white, there was dark blue, light blue. You name it, it probably was there. So that's what I was doing on uh, the Monday, and then I just took them with me and I cut them out when I was sitting in my hotel room that first night, just kind of relaxing. So, what else? Well, I didn't take any diamond paintings with me because I knew I was going to have some stuff already purchased. So I knew the elephant was going to be for the Gray Escape, which runs August 1st to September 29th. There's a Google form. You can go and fill that out. A new start is required, I think. Let me double check. Um, do, 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 do. Pick any diamond painting of a creature or animal in a place you'd like to escape to. Size should be at least 40 by 40 or bigger. You also don't have to buy a new kit. Okay, so it can be a kit that you already have, something from your stash, as long as it is not stolen artwork. Just take a look at it. So it could be a larger canvas, larger than 40 by 40, with a 40 by 40 section that needs to be completed by September 29th. Okay? And then what I also did was there is another event coming up. Let me make sure I get this correct. Let me just pull it up for you. It is called Howl at the Moon. It's a diamond painting event. It starts September 1st to the 28th. Minimum size is a 30 by 40, a new start, or a 30 by 40 space on a work in progress. No finish is required. It must have a wolf in the picture. This is a fundraising event benefiting the Wolf Sanctuary of Pennsylvania. It is being put on by Kevin's wife. And I was going to continue working on spirits. Then I realized that Bella Arts, Bella Diamonds, has a painting. It's called Love Falls. It is licensed from Georgie Rubina. It is a 60 by 60. It is a square drill. And I haven't tried a Bella Art Diamonds. Shipping is just ridiculous, especially coming from the States to Canada. Shipping on this would have been at least half the price of the painting itself. I would rather give the money to the small company than pay the shipping company. So I was like, I want this one. Do you have this one in stock? Can you bring it to the retreat so I can pick it up at the retreat? They did. I am so excited. So that is the one I will be working on for Howl at the Moon event, September. So I don't want to really start another canvas yet because August is coming around the corner, and right after that, it's going to be September. So I'm going to have two paintings going, and I don't want to start. I do not personally like having whips. I do not like being a serial starter. It just doesn't, I just don't like it. Some people do. I am so impressed. So that's what I got. Then, of course, I bought bling from DP with sparklers. That was this bag. And if you guys are familiar with what Cheryl G did last time, she, did I find it? I got my confetti. I got my confetti. And then I also got new products. I got new products. Here they are. So I got new products. And Ren, you're not in trouble. Ren was like, I'm packing this. She's not going to like this. I'm like, Cher's like, don't worry. It's all good. It's all good. So they found this special paper, and Cheryl cut me out slivers. So I have slivers. And I have quads. I love it. Love it. It was hilarious. Oh my gosh. So I got that. Yep. See, there's my confetti. I got 2 types of confetti. So I knew I had stuff. But let me show you also what we got. We got the event at the retreat painting, and it has some specials with it. Crystal Canvas gave us ones. I traded for this one because it's a little ducky. I thought it looked like a little phoenix. This is from Gemstones Creations. I have not opened it yet. Like, open it and see what's inside. It's the mermaid. It's the mermaid. Oh my gosh. I saw this in Texas and I was like, I want a mermaid. Well, I have a mermaid. It's a mermaid. Love it. Got that. Crashly made us all custom cover papers. There were little suitcases with candy in them. We have Archer's trays, custom. We have a Villa Art tray. Now, this one, it's a grid. I have never used a grid. I'm looking forward to that. There's the enhancements for the kit. This is from So Blingy. It is a coffee or tea warmer. We have some mud putty. We got Jerry Majiggers. And I got binocular cover minders. And of course, I ordered one too. We had our passports so we could go around to the tables and get information with stickers. We have a pin. We have our travel bag. And it comes with lots of goodies in it that you can use for your diamond paintings. Little brush to brush your drills off. We have clippers. We have, yay. So I'm all set with that. We got Oh Snap dots. We have special handmade soap and cream and a cloth that was handmade by Donna Bird. That's right. I said it. We had our welcome package. We also, these were our name tags. So cool. Like a little suitcase. Just in case I lost my suitcase, right? I did this time. And we have a custom keychain. And it all came in a travel bag that actually has over the arm strap. There is spots in here that you can put wet clothes in it, so you don't need to get anything messed up. And then for my door prize, this is what I picked out. I picked out this little cloth pencil holder and a pen. So you can I can put all my pens in there. I got that and that. And I got a painting. And of course, I had to do the painting. I'm probably making you seasick by going up and down. Look at this. This is my very first special shaped drills partial. It is from Gemstone Creations, and it is so blingy. So I did that. We just had a hoot, like literally a hoot. Ooh, sorry. Okay, stop touching things. So yeah, surprisingly, I had no issues getting on my plane this time. And I had a good transition in Toronto with my connecting flight to Detroit. We did have some fun trying to get the rental car back because they were going through construction in Detroit, and where the lane was supposed to go were by pylons, and we had to go 3 times to figure out how to get back to where we needed to be. And we did it. Kim did it. I will say, I was not in my seat for this retreat a lot of the time. I was up, down, up, down, up, down, go over here, go over there. And Cheryl started it. Yeah, I'm calling you out. But oh my God, it was the hilarious thing. So, Nancy, suitcase that you gave me for a carry-on from Texas retreat, I took to Ohio. And I had it underneath my table to help me get my Secret Santa gifts and move things upstairs. Well, as I was getting up and down and going, seeing things and seeing people, I got back and I was like, where'd my suitcase go? It's gone. Like, what the heck? They kept moving my suitcase. They were hiding my suitcase at different locations. Oh my gosh. The first time I went back to get something and I discovered the whoopee cushion on my chair and nobody was in the room hardly. So I sat down on it. And as I sat down, I went like this and I'm like, that's my suitcase. My suitcase isn't under the table. What the heck? Okay, who moved my suitcase? Meanwhile, Cheryl's sitting there, killing herself laughing. I'm like, she's like, you were looking right at me as I was moving it along with my foot. I'm like, you were not. She's like, oh yeah. I'm like, huh. So then other people got in on hiding my suitcase. And I'm like, where'd it go now? Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's over there. And I'm like, I'm losing my suitcase. On the last day, on Saturday night, I was packing things up and I turned around and I started talking. I don't even know who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody. And I turned around and I'm like, where'd my suitcase go? Now, mind you, the suitcase was on top of the table and it was laid open because I was putting things in it. And I'm like, where'd my suitcase go? They put it on the giveaway table, wide open. I'm like, no, that's not for giveaway. So I brought it back. And then I was talking to somebody else and they turned around, I'm like, my suitcase is gone again. I'm like, so either I'm very gullible or I'm great to do tricks on, or maybe both. Pranks. We laughed, we howled. Oh my goodness. And I'm sad I'm not going anywhere this weekend. But it just reminds me that, the members in our community, and I met some new ones. I met many new ones this year. And some really good conversations. I got my retreat puzzle. I took puzzles to give away, trade, whatever. I wasn't looking to get money off them. I'm just like, somebody else can enjoy them. I came home with 5 puzzles. 5. Not including my selfies. Not including this. 5. I don't know how I fit them in my suitcase. Like, Jenga. It was incredible. And, we added an extra day to it. And for me, it still wasn't long enough. I think I would love to have like a week-long retreat if possible. But yeah, it was fun. We had power in the elevator go out. So at one point on Thursday, they were like, anybody on the second floor in this section of the building, if you have mobility challenges and you need to move to the first floor, we'll help you there. And we're like, no, the elevator. They got that one fixed. Whew. Saturday night. I'm talking like 11:30 midnight. I'm still down in the basement where the craft room is. I'm like, I am going to get as much out of this as I possibly can. We're all like down there. Well, not all of us. There was a group of us that was down there. Some people had gone to sleep. There were some people in the pool, in the hot tub. And then all of a sudden it was like this. Yeah. It was blackout. We're like, all the power in that area where this hotel, the RV campsite, we're out. We're not we're out like where like the farms are. That whole section, the power went out. And we're like, we're in the dark. This is like a horror movie. Who is going to get killed next? Like, and they did. They finally got the lights back on and everything was fine. We had people with CPAPs machines. We're like, they need the power. And then we had one of the members come running in. Well, not running. One of the members come into the room and they're like, did the power just go off? I was in the hot tub. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, there was like 3 of us in the hot tub and the power went out. And it was black. Luckily, like black like my shirt. Luckily, this was an adults only time in the pool area. So there was no kids. It was late at night. Thank God. But holy I cannot imagine sitting in a hot tub. There were people in the pool sitting there talking away. You don't have your phone. You're in water. You're below ground and the lights go off and you cannot see. You don't know what's happening. I am just so glad that the individuals that were in the water got out of the water okay, that lights finally did come back on. But what a scary, scary moment. So nothing like, every trip has to have something. Something. But yeah, it was it was fun. So what are you guys working on? What events are you going to be participating or you're thinking about? I'm not really working on anything particularly. I did the puzzle. I put a couple of drills down on my J wall, and I'm trying to think. I heard one of the other members this retreat say each day they work on something different. That way, or each week of the month is one item. So it could be like this week could be this diamond painting. This week could be this puzzle. This week could be some cross stitch. This week could be embroidery. And then the next month comes and they repeat it. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting because I do one thing and then I don't get anything else done. And they say the reason why they do that is because they want to get them all done, but they can't fit them in all at the same time. They do a week because that gives them enough time to actually get some progress and momentum going on it. And then by the time they get back to it, there's been enough time in between that they're excited to get back to it. That's an interesting way of thinking of it. So I might actually try that. So with that in mind, I pulled out my beaded embroidery again. So these are all like little beads, and they have a little template on the material, and you just sew the beads that correspond to it. So similar, it comes with a legend, similar to like a diamond painting or a paint by number, and you just match them up. So I thought, I might do that because I want to get more of that one done. And then I have my J wall that I want to get progress done on that one. But like I said, I don't want to really start anything because August is going to be here fairly soon. And I don't like starting things. I might do some on spirits. And I also know like baseball for my son is wrapping up. So he has one more game. He has a game tonight in town. He has games outside of town this weekend, which I won't be going to. I'll be staying with Dipper. Then they will be going up to Fort McMurray, I think it is, which is north of Edmonton, for provincials. And I won't be going because I will have Dipper. So that's kind of why I wanted to do this way, because I wanted to make sure I gave you guys an update because I'm trying to be more consistent on the Fridays. I also want to go see his game. And his game doesn't start till 6:30, but they have to be there 2 hours ahead of time. So I thought I would just kind of do it this way. And I know there's other ones going on tonight. I will need to watch that on the replay. And then I need to get my drills in order so I can place that order for August. That is my update. I didn't think I had much, and I don't want to bore you. So let me know what you're working on. What do you think about maybe doing, if you have multiple projects, about doing like 1 week on one project, another week on another project? How does that feel for you? What kind of Secret Santa gift would you like to receive? Because that's not what I was expecting, but I loved it. And I got to get my other things out because I got a beating one from Brandy, who was my secret siren. She had me for hers last month, and I want to get working on that one too. So, but I want to get the things completed. It has been so long since I've talked to you guys. So miss you. But please do know I think of you often. And when I'm doing things or something comes up, I'm like, oh my God, that would be so great. I need to go tell these people. I need to go tell these peeps. I need to tell these folks. Because I end up sitting here and I laugh by myself, and my husband's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, nothing. It's all good. You won't get it. Right? And that's part of what our family in the community is like. It is where we can be silly, laugh at something that we thought was funny, find something interesting, and we share it. Or we go, I don't know what to do with this. And they come forward and go, we got you. You guys are amazing. Let no one take you down because they're not worth it. You are. You matter. Your voice matters. You've got this. Pop an emoji in the comment section, please. Maybe hashtag replay. Let me know what you would like to see next because anything goes. If you're new, thank you for coming and staying with me. Maybe consider hitting subscribe, notifications, and hit the like button. And for those returning, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as we were taught how to do the new heart, let's see if I can do this. No, it goes down this way. There we go. Heart to you all. Until next time, we'll see you soon, raccoons. Bye.